He was only 8 years old when his father, Marcus Garvey, died. But that didn't stop him from continuing with his legacy. He says his father's philosophy of Africa for Africans should be revived.
The message is the one that I would repeat from my father: Africa for the Africans, those at home and those abroad. We are coming home. We want you to receive us with open arms. We want to build bridges. We know that bridges have been built all the way back from the days of Kwame Nkrumah, and the independence of Ghana in 1957, where he had a number of diaspora Africans from the West Indies and from America coming to help to rebuild Ghana, etc. And many of us in the diaspora fought for the freedom and the independence of Angola, Southern Africa, here, Namibia, as well as South Africa. Many lives were lost from Cuba, etc., and others Jamaicans and who came to fight. So, the bridges have been built. We want to build more bridges. We want to strengthen the ones that have been built before. And we want Africans to understand us in terms of our journey, and we need to learn more about Africans in terms of your own culture and your own journey. So it's kind of a win-win situation, I think, if we meet each other with open minds so we can learn from each other and work together.
The New York senator, who is part of the delegation, believes the partnership will go a long way in addressing the challenges facing Africa.
In New York State, I am the chair of banking. New York State has a budget of $190 billion, which is more than most countries. And I am blessed to be the African or the African-American, I use these words interchangeable, in charge of banking. If our Jewish brothers are able to use these monies to help build Israel, would it not be wise for us to find ways to build home?
Which is Africa in this case?
Absolutely.
And a call to Africans in the diaspora.
I'm saying to the Africans, it is time for one Africa. It is time to unite. It is time for Africa to rise. It is time for Africans. We want to see the Afro champions and corporations here start doing business in the United States. Blacks should be able to pull up at a gas station to buy petrol, and they're buying petrol that is coming from Nigeria, or petrol that is coming from South Africa, or petrol that is coming from Angola. We want to be able to go and in the supermarket and we're buying rice and pasta that is coming from Dangote, or coming from some of the corporations that we have on the ground. All of the other nations are doing it. And our mission and mandate is that it is time for Africans to understand that we will never build an empowered Africa if we are working apart. There must now be a union between the diaspora and the continent for economic growth and economic transformation. And that is the only way I believe we're going to break the economic strangulation.
A 2-day program has been lined up where the U.S. delegation will engage with different stakeholders at the Pan-African Parliament and a business forum in Johannesburg. Sophie Mukwena, SABC News, Johannesburg.